What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Monday. Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice podcast every single morning, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Video of this podcast can be found on the BettingPros YouTube channel by searching BettingPros on YouTube. This podcast always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. Juice, the promo code at OmahaSteaks.com, gets you 50% off savings plus two 10-ounce bone-in New York strips. For using that code JUICE, they give it to you for free at OmahaSteaks.com. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt, and I am an angry person tonight. Not a good day. That was a frustrating Sunday. When you're going cold, you just have to roll with this because the good times are coming. I promise you, we will not have days like that. So the prop bets went 2-2. Throw that out. That was down. I think it was like 0.1. It was down. So pretty much a wash. But the full unit bets were really frustrating. The Wong teaser has now opened 0-2 for the second consecutive year. Somebody reminded me last year that the Wong teaser ended the year 12-4. But we opened, and I can't remember because I think I skipped week 18. So I think we only did 16 of them for some reason. I think the person knew. I appreciate the person bringing it up because they knew why I only did 16. I didn't do a full 18 games. Maybe it didn't fit. But it opened 0-2 last year. Went 12-4. It would have cashed if Justin Fields was even remotely good at playing the quarterback position in the NFL. The pick six he threw to a defensive lineman was the one thing we couldn't have happen in that moment. They're down by 3. They're backed up in their own end. Just do not give up a pick six because Tampa was done scoring. They were not going to score anymore. What happens? Of course, pick six. So that blows the plus 8.5. The Titans easily covered their plus 8.5. So the Wong teaser went down. My teaser hit. I'm 2-0 on my own teasers, basically just saying, okay, what are the two most popular picks for Survivor in Survivor pools and just going ahead and teasing both the big favorites down and taking them because basically they're just money line bets and they both came in. So 2-0 doing that, 0-2 on the Wong. But the Wong teaser does need a little more data. It is very much driven based upon the books and the books' data. So, yeah, I can understand why we'd open up to 0-2 in the Wong teaser area and then get going later in the year once we have more data. So hopefully that's going to turn things around. So I appreciate the person on the Discord channel for pointing that out. But the Falcons won by 1. We bet 2. You bet 1.5. You still lost. I mean, that was just... You watch that game, you watch where the game was flowing, and you're like, man, the missed extra point was costly. Clearly, right? That cost the bet. It's a push otherwise. Missed extra point winds up the win by 1, not 2. So we lose the bet instead of a push. That's just bad breaks, right? So bad break on a pick six, bad break on the missed extra point. And then that was a first down for the Patriots. I have no idea what the referees were talking about. I have no idea how you overturn that. I have absolutely no idea how you have definitive evidence on an angled replay. That camera angle was not dead down the line. That was angled. Ridiculous. Strange got the first down. Now, do the Patriots tie the game up? I don't know, but they might. And the Patriots very well might have scored a touchdown there, and then it's 24-24, and our bet for the over hits over 22.5 points. So a frustration day. Absolutely frustration. So losing Sunday, losing week. Bummer. But this is where we have to stay disciplined and be like, look, we're literally 1 or 2 plays away from having really good days. So those are the bets. The process is right. We're seeing it right. We're getting the right side. We're betting the right side. We're just not cashing all the time. Look, the Virginia bet Saturday, right? It always evens out in some form or fashion. So the Virginia bet cashes, but the teaser does not. It's kind of the way the world works here. Just got to remember the process and keep going. It's a long season, okay? So 2 Monday Night Football games tonight, and I want to do a baseball parlay. So I've got 4 bets in the NFL, 2 side or 2, yeah, 2 side, 1 side, 1 total, 2 prop bets, and then a money line teaser to tell you guys about here. Speaking of the prop bets, you guys can go and download the new app for BettingPros, and that's going to get you the prop bet cheat sheet. Okay, so that's where I found 2 of these prop bets for tonight, just FYI. Okay, let's start with the Panthers. We're going to begin my love of the Carolina Panthers. Okay, I really think this Carolina Panthers team could win the division. I really like the Carolina Panthers here in this spot on Monday night at home. So we have Carolina catching 3 points at the moment. These teams, both these games, I think are going to be slugfests. Okay, both these games I think are going to be somewhat, I don't want to say boring football games, but very much kind of like last night with the Patriots and the Dolphins. I think we're going to see, even though there was so much scoring that went on during the NFL, overs were just cashing in a crazy clip. I think we're going to see the Panthers and the Saints slugfest. Okay. Under is very much in play, but I think the Panthers, with their offense and their defense, I think at home here, I think they will split with New Orleans. We had a home dog. Panthers +3. Rookie quarterback making his national TV debut. I get that. A lot of pressure on him. I understand that. But Adam Thielen and company, the running backs, the defense, I think the Panthers are going to win this game outright, but I'm going to take the +3 points for the hell of it. Okay, just take the +3. Panthers +3 at home. Now, there is another way you can play this. I've played this as well. Not official, but I have played this if you want to. I'm doing a same game teaser. I'm taking this from +3 to +9. I'm taking the total up to 46.5. It's depending on where you are. I got it at 40. It's 39.5 at some books, but I got it at 40.5. I'm going up, teasing it up to 46.5, and I'm taking under. Okay? Panthers +9, under 46.5. That's another way to play it if you want to. I like same game teasers. I'm doing it there. But officially, I think the Panthers, you can take the +140 if you want to win the game. I think Carolina will win, but I'm going to take the 3 points at home. Home dog Panthers +3 here for 1.1 units, official play. One prop bet that I like a lot here. Over 28.5 passing attempts by Bryce Young. This is number 2 on our expected cash chart for the prop bet cheat sheet. There are 2 bets I'm going to trail from the prop bet cheat sheet. This is one of them with Bryce Young attempting 28.5. I think he will throw a lot here in this game, okay? I think they're going to have to because the Saints are really hard to run on. So I think a lot of dinking and dunking for Bryce Young. I don't want to do yardage. I don't want to do completions. I want to do attempts, okay? Attempts for a quarter unit. This is what I bet. I've always bet enough to win a quarter unit coming back. It's -110 in most books. So it's, 0.55 or if you 0.26 units about to win 0.25 coming back. That's how I bet prop bets. You can do whatever you want if you want, but that's how I'm doing it. So the game, full unit, 1.1 units, Panthers +3. Bryce Young over 28.5 passing attempts is the prop bet about going here for this game. Second game, which is really weird because it starts 1 hour later. Thank goodness for DirecTV. Hopefully, Sunday Ticket on on YouTube TV will have the split screen. Watch both at the same time. It's crazy. Browns are road favorites. What? I very much lean towards the Steelers here to win the game outright on the +114. Okay, I know it's Kenny Pickett. I know the offense looked really bad, but the Browns won against the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think. The Bengals lost. They're 0-2. They lost to the Ravens. I don't think the Browns are going to beat the Steelers, but it would be crazy because you got the Bengals 0-2 and the Steelers 0-2, the Ravens 2-0, and the Browns 2-0. That would be somewhat remarkable if that ends up happening. But I have a total of 38.5 here for this game. This is just a black and blue brawl. Okay, I don't like either offense. What either offense looked like in the first game. This is the black and blue division. When these teams play, under is just an automatic. When they play each other in prime time, under is just an automatic. I don't really know how you wind up coming up and saying, yes, I want to bet the over here in this game. I mean, maybe you get some defensive touchdowns or something weird to come up, but I just think that this is going to be, a pretty low-scoring, grinded-out type of football game with TJ Watt and company. I know Cam Hayward's out for the Steelers. I understand that. That makes it somewhat scary for that to happen, and I guess that's kind of why that the Browns are favored. But Mike Tomlin is so good at home against the Steelers. How about this stat? I saw this last night. Mike Tomlin is 16-0 straight up at home against the Browns in the regular season. He's never lost to them. So I take that and do that what you want. Do that with what you want. I'm just going to bet the under. Under 38.5. Steelers and the Browns here for 1.1 units. Now, there is one prop bet I like in this game, and that is Najee Harris over 13.5 rushing attempts. I think they did not give Najee the ball enough in their first game, and I think they're going to go back to their old style, run the damn football. Stop having Pickett back there throwing so much. Run the ball. Steelers give the ball to Najee Harris. I think it'll be a tight game, so they won't have to throw the ball. It should be a one-possession game one way or the other, so I think they're going to run the football. It factors into the under. Both teams run the ball. Over 13.5 rushing attempts for Najee Harris is minus 110. This is the number one prop on the prop bet cheat sheet on bettingpros.com and on the BettingPros app going into the night. It could change by the time you guys look at the prop bet cheat sheet, but tonight, overnight, when I'm looking at it, Najee Harris over 13.5 rushing attempts is the number one prop bet on the prop bet cheat sheet. I'm trailing it. Let's go Najee Harris over 13.5 rushing attempts. Okay, so 4 bets in the NFL. Panthers +3, over 28.5 passing attempts for Bryce Young. Game 2, Browns Steelers, under 38.5. Najee Harris over 13.5 rushing attempts. Now, that leaves a half a unit. Now, going back to the old adage, there's a t-shirt you can go buy if you want, bettingpros.com/shop that says, never leave a half unit behind. So I have a half unit behind. What am I doing with it? It's a little less than a half unit, but we'll bet a half unit. What are we doing with it? I'm going to baseball. Rangers and the Marlins. They both are playing bad baseball teams. Rangers are playing the Red Sox. Rangers are at home. Marlins are playing the Mets. Marlins are at home. The standings are unbelievable in Major League Baseball. I mean, just these next 2 weeks are going to be absolutely wild. So the Rangers currently occupy a playoff spot. Again, they're a game up on Seattle, who has lost 3 games in a row. The Rangers also have lost 3 games in a row, which is really scary if you're a Ranger fan. They're 82-67 going in. They're 45-30 at home, however. They're 37-37 on the road. Rangers are at home after a 9-2 loss to Cleveland, first game back off of the road trip for them in a series that they absolutely have to have. Like, there's just no ifs and buts about it. The Rangers 100% have to have this. The Rangers are at home. Rangers money line. Crawford going for the Red Sox. I don't love the pitching matchup. I think it could be, this may be a little bit of a higher scoring game. I lean towards the over in this game if you want something else there. But Rangers money line paired up with the Marlins. The Marlins are at home against the Mets. The Marlins have 78 wins. By the way, we cashed our over 76.5 wins for the Marlins, but we're going to lose on the over 92.5 wins for the San Diego Padres. So it's going to be pretty much a wash. We'll be down 0.1, I think, on the future bets for baseball, but 1-1. Padres won't hit. Marlins will hit. But it's Jose Butto up against Edward Cabrera. Edward Cabrera hasn't lost at home this year officially. Okay? Cabrera has been great at home. 6-0 with a 2.61 ERA, opposing batting average of 191. The Marlins absolutely need this game. Now, Marlins at home are 43-32. The Mets are 30-44 on the road. But you take a look at the standings, the National League wildcard standings are completely insane. The Marlins right now, thanks to a hot streak of winning 3 games in a row, the Marlins now are tied with the Cubs, who have lost 5 games in a row for that third and final wildcard spot. Phillies, Diamondbacks, Marlins, right now, those would be your wild cards. Cubs are tied with the Marlins, 78-72, and the Reds are 78-73. They're a half a game back. Don't count out the Giants. They're 76-74. They're 2 games back. Amazing that the Padres are 6 games out, but most likely they're dead. So not going to happen there. We've got Diamondbacks, Marlins, Cubs, Reds, Giants, all fighting 5 teams for 2 spots. Marlins have got to win their home games, and they've got to beat up on bad teams like the New York Mets, who are out of it. Marlins money line, Rangers money line, 2-leg money line parlay at plus 165. Half a unit going down on that. We're taking that for baseball here with a 2-leg money line parlay. Marlins, Rangers. Marlins against the Mets, Rangers against the Red Sox. It's a plus 165 parlay. Half a unit down on that. Okay, so those are the plays for today. Panthers plus 3, full unit, 1.1 units. Under 38.5, Browns and the Steelers, 1.1 units. Najee Harris over 13.5 rushing attempts, and Bryce Young over 28.5 passing attempts. Moneyline parlay of the Marlins and the Rangers here tonight in Major League Baseball. I'll be in the Discord channel once I get done with teaching my class. Look to see you guys in there. BettingPros.com/chat to join. It's free. It's easy. Come on in. Watch 2 football games with us as we roll to the end of week 2 in the NFL. By the way, I'll get an update on where we are for our pick contest. 14 of you went 6-1, I think, in week 1. We'll see what you guys wind up going in week number 2, what the lead is. But no one's perfect in our pick contest. Everyone's got at least 1 loss as we roll through week 2. We'll see where we are after the 2 games coming up here tonight. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter and all socials at Sports Talk Matt each and every morning. The Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.